Hello everybody, sorry for the delay, as I said in the chat there. Hello Dark Matter and John Bear. Just running a little bit behind today, but I will be with you all shortly and glue some models. So just give me a couple minutes here. Alright, I got the tweet out. Sup, Ethanol. Just gotta update my Instagram story and then we can get started. How's everyone doing? Thanks to everyone that's come by already again. Building the last unit from this big batch of conquest that I've been building tonight, or this afternoon. I'm also trying a different time of streaming just for funsies. You know me, I'm not much of a stream schedule haver. Hello 80. Oh, I messed up the stream or the post. Gotta just redo that sticker. And at the end of the stream, or I guess at the beginning, I'll give a quick sample, and then at the end, I'll show off all the units I've built over the last, I guess it's been a week or so. There's been 4 units total. Some of them have had a lot more bits than others. Yeah, exactly, 80. Okay. Just making sure that went through. And we are just about ready. Okay. Make sure the phone's off, or turned off ring, and let's lower the old screen there. Hello? You can see this is just the bar of the camera if anyone's wondering. I have it a little bit lower for some reason. Trying out new time and a slightly different camera angle. You're working on your Necrons. Cool. What color's the Shadow Strike Gundam again? Just lining up the mat and everything so it looks nice and aesthetic. Even though this is not a this is a completely different war game. I'm more thinking with the grid on the cutting mat, you know. And then the glue can go here. Got the plastic glue and the super glue like before. We can have these on the mat too, just for fun to be like, you know, put the minis in there when they're done. That can be like an analog tracker as opposed to adding a widget or something. Hello, Tinko Wolf. The Green Ranger Gundam, nice. Which one's that? Oh, looks like the YouTube streaming tab, the feedback stopped on it, but it says the connection's still good, so I'll just keep going, see what happens. We've got, I pre-built these two of the Household Guard because I wanted to. I'm gonna be doing mine with different heads, and I'll talk about that more as I'm building, or when I say I'm doing mine, I mean doing the rest of the unit. But this is, you know, the leader. He's got an extra fancy hat with feathers and extra gilding and all that. Now it's black and red. The Exia Dark Matter, just like the name. The banner on this is very large and epic, but it's also, like, you can see it's kind of wobbly. And obviously this mini tips over a lot, so... I mean, I kind of always knew that I would magnetize my conquest models eventually, so when I get around to that, it'll be good, but I need to, like... organizing the whole magnet situation, that's, like, a big task in itself, so I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I need to refresh this page so I can make sure the thing is still going. The stream preview, that's the word I was trying to think of. Okay, that looks better. From Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh, is that a model kit of that? Or are you doing a custom themed around that? That's cool. Yay, fancy hats. Yeah, exactly. There's one thing I really like about the 100 Kingdoms army I have, and especially the Ranger kit, which I'll talk about in a bit, which I built yesterday, is there's a ton of fancy hats. I guess I should show off some of those extra bits I'm getting when I talk about the video these minis will be in, but let me give you this can crack here. I'll hold it close to the mic. Okay, that clipped a little bit. Did I get a bit of a Coke on the mini? Just a bit of Coke Zero forever embedded in that one. Alright, I guess, I think in the rules now, they updated the Conquest rules recently. I think the update was that the, like, officers always have to go in the middle. Hello, Fiverr. Thank you for dropping by. It's going well. Trying out an earlier stream just for funsies. show off some of the other. I built this unit of Rangers yesterday, and they're pretty cool. This is the standard bearer. It's got a cool hammer standard with a sack with a mystery thing in it. Just grab one of the regular dudes. It's pretty cool. You can see there's like different colors of plastic in it from like, because it was interesting. It started off as a dual kit where it was, you could build hunter cadre or longbowmen, and then they eventually released it updated as a triple kit. So they added a new unit, which is the Imperial Ranger Corps, which is what I built. Sup, Ethan? Burp 1. So yeah, out of the 4 units, 2 of them were 100 Kingdoms. So we got the Household Guard, which we're building this stream, and then what I built is the Rangers, the Imperial Ranger Corps. Sorry for the mic noise there. Yeah, and then for the Spires, we built the Bound clones. I recorded a time lapse for upcoming video while building those instead of live streaming. It would be like too much of the same live stream content if I built all 4 units on live stream. Well, 80, you don't necessarily need a lot of skill to paint armies. It's more like you need a lot of patience. So yeah, we built this unit of Bound clones. They've got a pretty cool standard as well. And of course, they all have the classic miniature standard bear problem of they just tip over constantly. So I definitely need to weigh down the bases, or well, I'll magnetize them eventually. I'll probably come after painting. So yeah, this is standards cool. It's got a bunch of fancy ribbons. I need to make sure the autofocus point is in the right spot. Wild Ethanol in the chat. And then the second Spires unit was the Vanguard clones, which I built on stream, the first stream, but you know, I'll show those off anyways. They're some pretty cool sword and buckler boys. And yeah, let's make the camera just a little brighter. Okay, let's put these to the side. I think at the end of the stream I'll display all of them out on the mat, or all 4 units. I have all of my conquest minis out on my various desks right now because I'm in the process of organizing them, and I needed to like inventory them and build good first blood lists for upcoming videos and stuff. But the stream camera isn't wide angle enough to show off all the conquest minis. I don't have like 2 massive armies. I have 2 like kind of, I guess, beginner armies still. Like I think tournament games are at 2,000 points, and both my armies are kind of around like 1,400 points, so. Oh, the big guys from the first conquest video, those would be the actually, I have one of them right off to the side here. Those are called the brute drones. This one has a bit too much matte varnish on it, but here's a brute drone. They're pretty cool. They've grown on me a lot as well. At first, I didn't know what to think of the spires. Yeah, there's definitely too much matte on here. It's fixable, but it's just kind of annoying to do. Okay, the brutes. You're gonna do Seraphon, like the Age of Sigmar Seraphon. They've got some cool new models coming out. Oh yeah, and then we can put the little household guard Dang, maybe we can put that down here. Burp 2. Okay, I should be all set up now. I think we'll just build all the minis at the same time, stage by stage. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I've already cleaned up the nubs. Yeah, I'm just thinking about Seraphon now. There's those new models they announced, or they have been announcing are definitely tempting to get, but I've spent too much money on Conquest minis, which is, I mean, I made that choice and I'm okay with it. There's always been a problem in wargaming of there being too many games that you want to play and spend money on, you know? Is that hashtag relatable, chat? Same thing happens with Gunpla. More like you get a cool, they announce a new kit and you get a cool custom idea. And you're like, cool, I'll just buy it, put it in the backlog along all the other purchases, where I was like, oh, I have a good custom idea or video idea for this. There's definitely a few of those in my backlog. So we're just gluing some torsos together. The household guard kit, the nub clean, like the nub cleanup on the newer plastics out of these 4 units. The nub cleanup on the newer plastics was much faster and better, and the quality of the plastic is just better, which I think I said in my last video. Like, you can see the market improvements in their like model design. Parabellum Wargames, the company that makes this game. I think I need to move this over a bit and also just move the camera up a little bit. Oh, you saw a peek of the mat. The blue mat. You've all seen the blue mat before. That'll be on stream tomorrow, because I'll be doing a Gunpla building stream, which I said in my post. Ah, you're trying to get an Ariel and an Elfrith, or however you pronounce it. I don't remember how they said it in the when I watched the show in Japanese. And I don't remember exactly what the writing is on the box art. I'm building a Witch from Mercury kit tomorrow, though. I've been using a lot of this Tamiya plastic cement. I'll have to refill soon. Maybe not soon. It could probably last at least 2 more model kits. I said this in, I think, my YouTube community post, asking if anyone could guess what the Witch from Mercury kit I'm building tomorrow is. It's from the first wave. I'll give you all a hint if anyone wants to guess for funsies. If no one guesses by the end of the stream, I'll try to remember to reveal. What do I think of the G-Witch kits? I think they're all pretty cool. Yeah, they're all like, the designs of Witch from Mercury, I think they're pretty good. The next, what's the next form of Ariel that comes in, like right at episode 12, the Gundam Ariel, I can't remember, but the upgrades they gave to it, I like that look better. But I think the original Ariel and Elfrith are pretty cool too. Yeah, I like a lot of the designs. If I didn't have so much in my backlog already, I probably would have bought some more. And you know, I do agree with what a lot of other people are saying, that Choo Choo's Demi Trainer is pretty sweet. Choo Choo as a character is also pretty great. The Big Ear Boo. The Ariel rebuild, yes, that one. And yes, Tanko, I agree. The Big Ear Boo is also cool. I like the character designs in the anime too. So yeah, definitely I'm looking forward to the next part. Choo choo go bonk. Speaking of bonk, I was the reason I'm doing a Gunpla live stream tomorrow is because I need to build this particular Witch from Mercury kit. It's funny, I'm building it and then I'm gonna like take away a couple parts from it and use it on the Gunpla project that I'm working on for the next video that I've been working on the side while building these. I just wanted to get the building of these units done so I could figure out my army lists and kit bashing opportunities for the army, but more on that later. Whew. Burp 3. What was I even talking about? Damn it. Every time I burp, it just completely derail, or it doesn't always derail. Sometimes I can manage to just not break sentence at all. Choo-choo for the next Smash game. Correct, AD. You guessed it. I'm building the Delanza. You get bragging rights and nothing else. Sorry. Not sorry, I guess. Yeah, I'll be building the Delanza to use some parts for kit bashing for the next Gunpla project. Alright, we got all these torsos built. Let's build more torsos. And that kit bash, I've revealed it in one of the recent streams, is the Gushin, and that has a hammer, which I just adore. So and this all started with using Choo Choo Go Bonk. So speaking of bonks, my Gushin is keeping the hammer so it can continue doing the bonks. Sup Shane, thanks for coming. I guess I am stealing from Ghoul, just like in the show. Man, Ghoul has it rough in the show. I guess I shouldn't talk too much about spoilers, but Ghoul as a character grew on me throughout the 12 episodes. Hello, Hugo. Welcome. Thanks for coming by. What's everyone in the chat up to on this fine Thursday? I guess I did say I was gonna talk more about the conquest kit bashing. I think I'm pretty sure I said in some of the other streams just how great dual kits are when it comes to like miniature games. Yeah, that's true, AD. Very true. Sounds chill, Hugo. So back to conquest kit bashing. Yeah, when you build a dual kit, you get usually a pretty solid amount of extra bits. Whoops, I'm gluing the wrong pieces together. In terms of the for the Spires units, the first one I built on stream, the Vanguard clones and the Vanguard clone infiltrators. They came with an okay amount of extra bits, but and same with the bound clones. The bound clones came with a different amount, like a still pretty decent amount of extra bits. And I guess I can show it here in a sec. This Household Guard Gilded Legion kit has a decent amount as well. Just finished gluing this here. You're prepping parts to paint for tomorrow. Nice. The Perfect Grade 00 Riser and the Tau Riptide. Those are two pretty solid mecha there. Might build the Helios, cool. That's all right, 80. Yeah, I think so. This here is all extra bits. It's mostly just like spear tips because the variant unit, you can build them as our have spears instead of halberds. And this is like a bunch of heads I'm not going to use. They're just in 3 pieces. Yeah, but the Imperial Ranger kit, I shot a time lapse when I was harvesting the sprinkles and sorting the bits, and that kit came with a ton of extra bits because it's a triple kit. So I built them as Imperial Rangers. So I have all these extra bits for the Longbowmen and Hunter Cadre. And I'm definitely going to use them in some kit bashes for retinue models, and I'm looking forward to it. Acid sounds like I need to make a trip to the store. Oh, I think you just auto-corrected there. Yeah, okay, yeah. I realized that as soon as you said it. Yeah, and in the spirit of kit bashing, so as you can see in our reference card here, the household guard, and also as you can see with the ones I built, they have these kind of conquistador fancy hats, and but in the spirit of kit bashing, I'm using the heads for the Gilded Legion instead for all the like troopers in the unit, the grunts you could say, or the individual soldiers. The 2 officers, I'll bother with painting their heads, but for the other ones, I both because of ease of use and ease of use and painting, and I just like the look, we're gonna give them these like helmeted heads because, you know, got to protect those faces. My logic, I mean, you don't really need logic for these for this because it's a minis game and it doesn't matter. You're just making your stuff look fun on the table. Like these ones, they're the leaders of the unit, so they'll need the extra field of vision with their open face helmets. But the other ones, they're just following their orders, so they can just have extra face protection because they only need to worry about what they're fighting in front of them, not surveying the battlefield like the officers do. The HG Tekkadan set is a quad pack of IBO boys. Oh, the Tekkadan set. Yeah, I saw that that set at my local guy's shop, and yeah, that would be awesome. Like just to have some like 4 friends over for afternoon and just build that, or just like build it all yourself. Just build them. What's better than 1 Iron-Blooded Orphans kit? 4. Oh, Shane, you're asking a question. Sorry, I missed that. Solarian King, there is no Vidarbatos video. There was one, watch the video I did in April last year. It's called How to Hand Paint Gundam and Manage Burnout. And then I've also been worked on Vidarbatos on streams for like the last year. So that short I put out, that's just a compilation of that. But it's heavily featured in that video from April last year, the How to Hand Paint Gundam. Anyways, Shane's question, have any tips for hand painting a mini? Oh, it's your first Warhammer model. Damn, that's a nice, exciting one to start with. Dry brush it like gray. Fiverr says, pick a color scheme as the next step. Yeah, that's a good approach. 4 schemes in mind. Yeah, so you think of dry brushing it? Yeah, dry brushing can definitely work. I would honestly just watch, like, there's probably a solid amount of Riptide painting tutorial videos on YouTube, or like Tau tutorials, and there's a lot of different ways to do Tau, so I'll combine my advice with Fiverr's advice, I guess, and watch a couple, maybe like 2 or 3 Tau painting tutorials on YouTube. There's probably a ton of them because there's always a ton of painting tutorials for Warhammer minis. And there's definitely some dry brushing ones out there. Actually, I have a well, here we go. Watch one of my videos because I have a Tau painting video. It's like my 3rd video ever, and I use dry brushing, and that's for like a grim dark look. So you can use mine if you want a grim dark look. Or, you know, watch some other ones too, because you can paint it really clean and do a lot of edge highlighting on towel, which looks good. Or you can literally just like fill it in like a coloring book, like with just a base coat and leave it, it's fine, and like black line the armor panels, and that can look great if like depending on what you're going for. And it's, yeah, I'm actually, one of the videos I'm gonna put out relatively soon is gonna be about color selection. Okay, you've done a lot of airbrushing. Yep, fair. Well, 80, having 2 flowers, that's just like more of a good thing, so. Yeah, and in terms of color selection, yeah, I have a few different kinds of approaches. Sometimes I base it off the lore and change it slightly, or base it off an idea, you know, like Red Bull or Oxyotl from Total War. Or sometimes I just like, I'm like, I want the main color to be this, and then I base everything else around that using like color theory. Because yeah, if you don't know much about color theory, you can watch some color theory like videos as well in the meantime. And if you wait maybe like 2 months or so, I'll hopefully have a video out on the topic that can help you. But yeah, in the meantime, so hopefully that advice answers your question. Yeah, color selection. There's different, it's like one of those things where there's lots of different stages of painting, and everyone enjoys different parts more than others. Like Fiverr says they enjoy the freehand stage the most. I think they might have said that on one of our co-streams. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, so the video that I'm working on the side right now, that's a just like a gunpla customizing video, you know, with clacks and everything, and he'll give it some stats for, you know, I'll like give it like a pilot profile. Skeletor. How saucy of you. It's one way to get past the YouTube censorship. They might well do that, 80. Hello, Kyler. Oh yeah, that's a good way to go too. That's really cool. Red-eyed tree frog for the colors. Yeah, my upcoming gunpla customizing video, Fiverr, I'm hoping, I haven't like really locked in the paint plan yet, but I'm hoping to do some freehand. I think that's all. I think I finished my train of thought there. Yeah, Kyler's point is good too. Yeah, and like using the save function on Instagram is good. It's kind of like a ribbon shape or like a bookmark shape. If you see like a paint job that you want to like refer back to later. I'd say I don't usually follow like tutorials step by step. Usually my painting is just a combination of a bunch of different tutorials I've watched that have all kind of melted together into my brain. And also just like a bit of self-experimentation from painting minis over the years. Yeah, Ethan, it's always fun making up little stories to go behind your customs. Research in the field. Like the candy store, is that what you mean? Star Killer from the Force Unleashed Gundam. So would that be like some grays with highlights of red or black? I don't remember that much. I've been pretty detached from Star Wars since I saw Rise of Skywalker, not gonna lie. It'd be funny if I reached for my Coke, but then like accidentally drank the glue instead. But they aren't close enough to the same shape. That wouldn't be funny. I would have to end the stream. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask chat if oh, alright, see ya Fiverr, thanks for coming by. I hope the horrible movies are like horrible enough that they become entertaining. The glue has that forbidden sweetness. Hashtag satire, please, no one consume glue. Don't do it. Or sprinkles. Oh dear, the stream's bitrate has dropped. Hopefully that goes back up. Alright, still got some more legs to glue. See ya, dark matter. Chalk tastes way better? I think both of those things taste pretty bad. Yeah, Kyler, you can self-promote your Instagram or Twitter or whatever if you have it in the chat if you want. Feel free. Just need to organize these a bit more so I can keep track of how I'm combining everything. They're already kind of like in the order that I've been building them. All of those legs look the same almost. Yeah, they basically are. Didn't think it would work out like that. Alright, let's build these legs. I wouldn't recommend drinking any glue, even if it is apparently safe. Oh dear, the poor bitrate, it's not getting any better. Leggies, that's right. Bitrate's still fluctuating a bit. Well, chat, you can just let me know if the stream gets like too potato quality. I'll see if I can do anything about that. My favorite high grade. Oh, the bitrate's back up a little bit. My favorite high grade. Good question. Maybe one of the ones that's just like a really fun build was the high grade messer. I don't know if I'd call it my favorite. My favorite high grade that I've customized is possibly the Oxyotl Kit Bash, which was the high grade Astaroth and Gushin Full City Rebake, I believe. So 2 Iron-Blooded Orphans Kit Bashes. That's 2 kits though, so I guess I'm cheating. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Social media is its own project in itself, Kyler, but it's a good way to look at a lot of other cool models being customized. And I'll just stop commenting on the chalk and glue. I don't want to encourage anyone. Okay, what? No, I'm just thinking like, oh, there's with chalk, there's just a lot of different flavors. You're gonna make a Millennial model Mayhem channel custom? Wow. That would be interesting. You don't need to make a whole custom off my channel. Or like you don't have to name it after my channel. You can, it's just like a red, white, and black color scheme mostly, I guess. But you flatter me. Okay, we're gonna be on to the fiddly bits soon. I think we need to start just laying out these into groups soon, but I need to do an inventory of the arm pieces because they go to specific hand pieces. Oh wait, we can glue the halberds together. That's better. Either way, I need to empty this particular part of the bin. A freedom is part of the custom because Gunpla is freedom. Well, that just means the Freedom Gundam can be customized as anything. It hurt watching me take away the Sengoku from the Sengoku Ashtray because you can't find them easily nowadays. I did buy that kit a while ago, or like years ago. I mean, I still have those like big shoulder arm bits in the bits box. Maybe you'll see me put them on something else someday, 80. The chat widget's doing that thing where it just stays still for a while and then just slams a bunch of messages in there. Hey, I gotta make sure I get the orientation right when I glue the halberd heads on, because otherwise that'll look silly. I didn't think this whole glue chalk bit would keep going. Okay, let's put the capes down here for now because we aren't going to be gluing them on quite yet. I'm a sucker for fancy boys in armor and halberds, you know? I just like most things with halberds I'm generally down for. I think halberds are pretty cool. Fire Emblem should have characters with halberds. That should be a new class of weapon, although that would eliminate the whole rock, paper, scissors dynamic. Evolved like a Pokemon? Yeah, kinda. I haven't watched the show that it's actually in, so... Was it Build Divers? Or Build Fighters? Can't remember. The box art is behind me. I suppose I could go look. Okay, looks like we got 3 of each. Of course, we've built 2 command models already, so we won't be using all of these, and we'll have to make a decision. This is a piece that broke off, but I believe I already separated. Yeah, so I think we've got enough intact halberd heads, because when you build the standard bearer and the officer, like you can... Oh, I missed a nub. Knife is off to the side. You can build You can build it just as a unit of 12 regular ones if you want. So if you choose to build the officers, then you end up with the extra bits, thankfully. Any kit with extra bits is my jam. Well, almost any kit, I guess. I just like it when there's lots of extra bits to fuel the bits graveyard. If I got a master grade Sengoku ashtray, I would try not to ruin it the first time. I mean, not ruin it. I would try not to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Oopsie on the first run. If I did manage to mess it up accidentally, I would hope that I could make a dumb joke about it in the video, at least if I was doing it for a video. Okay, I must get the hobby knife. It's just off to the side here. Just one quick little nubbin. And like I was doing on the very first stream, all the nub cleanup on all the models has just been purely done with the hobby knife, nothing else. I was just powered through it because, you know, there's 4 units of 12, so 48 minis. It was a lot. Sorry, I'm kind of sitting off the center of the camera. I should fix that after this nub. And yeah, so nub cleanup. Oh, I missed the one down here too. Nub cleanup. I take the same approach as tabletop quality paintings. Like when you gotta do a full army, like you just gotta be able to power through it all on. Just do like the basic amount because there's gonna be so many minis on the table, like the detail of the tiny nubs being cleaned up, it doesn't matter as much. Fun dip. Did fun dip taste very chalky? I don't know if I've ever had fun dip. Probably at some point. Okay. Business knife? What's a business knife? Okay, let's put the halberd heads down here for now because we need to dole out some arms or pair up arms to poles to glue the heads on to make them pole arms. Get it? All right, so we got an arm with a partial hand. And this one kind of ends at the wrist. And it looks like we got 3 pairs. So that'll probably be this pole. I'm not gonna go get some fun dip, Ethan. Is fun dip like a savory dip, like a French onion, like Philadelphia dip or something like that? We're just doing some test fitting here. Right, it looks like it goes. How is this supposed to go on? I need a better look at. Okay, that's the thumb. Egg. Okay, so it glues on like that. I didn't do the best mold line cleanup, I guess. Okay, I think I see what I have to do. Let's see what the other arm fits like. Good thing I got the hobby knife out. Does this fit into that? Looks like it. Can't tell if that's how it's supposed to go. What are our other options? We can do this all by process of elimination eventually. Just keep things grouped off to the side here. Yeah, we'll have to get all the arm bits out anyways. Oh, there's some legs left. Sorry, leggies, I forgot you. Get the fun dip delivered. For how you were describing it earlier, you made it sound like it tasted like chalk, so I'm not that interested. Oh, fun dip that you put a lollipop in. Okay, I've had those before as a kid. Wasn't a fan. I mean, like, when you're a kid, any kind of sugar is like, yes, gimme. But as an adult, I have no desire to eat that candy. Yeah, Kyler, I already have a Gushin, and it's built. And I'm planning a custom of it. The next video is a Goosh custom video, as a matter of fact. Surprise. I can get it and show it on camera if you want. It's not been customized yet. It's only at the snap built stage. Oh, you don't have it in Britain. Probably for the best. Alright, see ya, Ethan. Thanks for stopping by, as long as you did. Alright, 2 more pairs of leggies on there. Time for some armies. Burp 4. Ooh, that's been a potent burp stream, I think. Maybe it's because the conch I put in the fridge wasn't in there for as long as usual, so it's slightly warmer. Okay, this looks like just a clenched fist. A clenched fist. That is not a clenched fist. Yeah, I did mention it in a vid, and I'm finally getting to do a custom of it. It is going to be usable for Gamma Wolves. Yeah, it's going to be on a base. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to ask chat earlier. If, you know, I know, obviously I've got lots of experience with Gamma Wolves, and I'm going to keep playing it. But I know there's some other, like, tabletop tabletop mecha games out there that you can use with Gunpla, or that are, like, designed for use with Gunpla. I was gonna see if anyone in the chat plays any other ones. I think one's called Mobile Suit Skirmish. You know, I'm enough of a fan of Gunpla and tabletop games. Obviously, part of me wants to just be able to try each game. Maybe do a review video at some point. Be like, I tried every tabletop game, so you don't have to, you know? And I'm sure there's new ones popping up all the time. Yeah, I mean, I had to wait a long time to get my Gushin. I was on my local guy's list, waiting list for a long time before I finally got one. Where's the rest of the arms? So this is just like an upright one, which I would assume goes with this intact arm. Let's just sort out the last of these here. Just in case. I had them organized in the bits box, like by appearance, because some of them have matching armor bits, as you can kind of tell with these. Yeah, so it appears these are the only ones with like fully intact fists, so that means they go with these arms to just kind of like stand. statically. So look, someone needs to stand in the back row. They can't be having their sticks be all pointing up. All right. These, yeah, next thing to distinguish will be these ones, which kind of have a bit of each hand. Look at the forearms here. And we've got a pair of 3, a pair of 3, and a pair of 3. Okay, well these arms are longer. So that, you can kind of tell by the shape of these. Probably means they use these bits. No, that doesn't look right. Oh, so it's probably this one. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so these go with these. So that probably means that this bit also attaches down here. Yeah, that fits nicely. You've played another miniatures agnostic game called Rain and Hell, which was pretty good. That name sounds familiar. Why don't you tell us about Rain and Hell? This one should be pretty straightforward. Oh, you can kind of see the shape in there. Might need to be some more nub cleanup, as you can see. Oh yeah, definitely. That's what's stopping this from fitting. Maybe it's just that one. Did I clean up the nub on this one? Looks like it. Okay, yeah, that definitely goes like so. And so that probably means this hand. Okay, yeah, so that wasn't a mold line. Whoops. I bumped the trays. They're bigger than Games Workshop, like humans. Yeah, I can grab something for a scale comparison in a second here, once I'm done sorting these arms, because it's worth showing off the comparison. Okay, these bits were for here. So that means these have to be with this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need to take away 2 of these. Take away 1 from this variation. And I guess 1 from this. And that still gives us the highest amount of variety. And then gotta see the variety of halberd heads we have here. You can just, this is what I'm doing now, is just making sure I build the minis in a way where they're not, I don't end up with one that's like the exact same combination of like halberd head and torso or whatever. It's just kind of a thing I've always done with my units. Okay, looks like we got 3 types here, so this one, oh, we got 4 types actually. Okay, so these 3 to this pair. These 3 to this pair. Or that's not a pair, that's only 2. And these 3 to here. And then 2 to there. And the capes, they're all kind of sort of have the same connection point. So I think I can just leave them down here for now. We'll divvy those up once the legs are glued to the torsos. Okay, we got 2 to 2 there. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so these should be easy to pair up then. Yeah, we're just getting everything paired up now, and then we can just go on an absolute gluing frenzy. I mean, we won't fully pair everything up because, like, we'll glue the torsos on first before I decide which halberd is going where, probably, just so that glue has some time to cure, because, like with paint drying, we do have to wait a bit of time for the glue to bond the pieces together. I can't just rapid fire glue everything together. They'll just fall apart from being handled. Alright, got these 3. I'll grab the comparison once I'm done this initial sorting. I'll catch up on the chat in a minute. Looks like I missed some good stuff there. Okay, now the capes. Or let's just sequester these into the piles to give us a bit more room to work with. Okay, we got that. Whoops. How many times is that gonna happen this stream? It's the second time I've knocked them over. I'll also be gluing on... not sure when we'll be gluing them onto the base. I don't know if before or after the halberd. Anyways, we got 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so there was originally just 3 of each. What do we have here? We got a group of 3, a group of 2, and a group of 5. Just give me a second while I think about how to divvy this up. Yeah, I think we'll just have to glue the torsos together just in case there is a specific way the cape needs to attach to the body for it to be proper. It was like that with the capes on the Rangers, but they're in a lot more dynamic of poses. Okay, I'll catch up on the chat now. Oh, there's no lighting in your craft room. That sucks, OP Hawk. Oh yeah, someone was talking about airbrushing earlier, and I was thinking of airbrushing this week, but then today it's negative 27 degrees Celsius, so no opening the windows. You're looking for medieval minis for your human Blood Bowl team. Oh, that's why you're asking about the scale. Cool. And it's a skirmish game based around different factions of demons. Cool. Alternating activations and low model count usually lends itself to fun games. OP Hawk, is that emoji in reaction to me using Celsius instead of Fahrenheit? It's well below freezing is mostly what you need to know. I don't have the conversion memorized or anything. Okay, I'm gonna grab a mini for scale comparison. I will be right back. I'll just put up the holding screen because it'll take like 30 seconds or a minute. Okay, I'm back. And I have some minis for comparison. Oh, glad you're digging the music. I grabbed a variety of Games Workshop minis for comparison, including another halberd wielding one. So let's start with the halberd comparison, I guess. It's gonna be, like, this is a fairly old Games Workshop model, I guess. It's from the, like, 6th or 7th edition Empire update, but you can see the Conquest Mini is larger. It's like 32mm scale, I want to say. Maybe someone can correct me on that. It's like somewhere around 35. So we got two varying sizes of halberds there. Here's a Conquest Mini next to Stormcast Eternal. So I guess the Conquest humans are roughly like Primaris Space Marine / Stormcast Eternal size, if that's a good way to remember it. And then you were asking about Blood Bowl, I think. So I thought I'd grab. I have one of the Lizardmen Blood Bowl boys. the team's called the Guacamole Crater Gators. So that's Saurus next to a Conquest human, and then lastly, I have just grabbed a Dark Elf Warrior because it was there, a Cabalite Warrior. So there you have it. Games Workshop, the scale has crept upwards over the years, but it's like technically 28mm, I believe, or like heroic scale it's called. Or heroic scale more has to do with the proportions, so yeah, I believe it's 28mm. Maybe at the very in the early days of Warhammer is 25mm possibly. Like a lot of old school D&D minis are 25mm. Just gonna rearrange my chair a bit here. And we're back to gluing. The can is empty, so we're on water now. Always got to drink with the Char Suzaku facing the camera. Alright, let's glue some torsos to leggies. Remember, if anyone is interested in checking out these Conquest minis themselves, I do have a affiliate code in the description, so you can buy minis for yourself and support the channel. Trust me, I can appreciate all the support I get this year. But of course, no pressure. There's always part of the golden age of tabletop games we're in right now, is that there's just way too many, or not too many, there's just so many great games to play. It's hard to pick one, or hard to decide which one to spend your money on. I love it when they can stand without the base. Empire soldiers are way too small. Yeah, I mean, there's the Games Workshop, the latest like Blood Bowl box that has some pretty cool like Empire humans team, but it definitely won't be as big as these Conquest ones. Sup Dark Matter, welcome back. Yeah, and Blood Bowl 3 came out like today maybe. I got an email from Steam that was like Blood Bowl, because Blood Bowl 3 is on my wish list, but I haven't played enough of Blood Bowl 2 to like buy Blood Bowl 3 on release day. It's, you know, one of those Steam games you just like, I'll put this on my wish list in case it goes on sale. No, gotta stand up. There we go. They don't Come on, stand up. Okay, we'll just have to rest them down and hopefully they... Okay, it's probably better if I go like that. You hear that? Assuming you're responding to my comment about there just being too many good games to play. Either that or the Steam sale, or Steam wishlist thing. Hold that for a minute. Yeah, my wish list I think has probably like 35 games on it or something right now. But what's even longer is the amount of games in my Steam library that I've paid money for and have barely played, am I right? Will this one stand up? Only the ones that were glued together absolutely perfectly are balanced enough to stand up. Sup, Caleb? Welcome. Thanks for coming to the stream. I am attaching torsos to leggies. Digital backlog, yeah, exactly. I've organized one time instead of playing any of the games, I organized my Steam library into a bunch of collections, being like, okay, here's all the Total War games, here's all the Warhammer games, which happens to have, some Total War. Here's the ones that I consider a whip. Here's the ones that I want to play relatively soon. Here's the ones that I consider my favorites. It was fun. I like organizing libraries of things. And then, there's the ones that just will sit neglected forever. They just kind of go in the unsorted section. And then I didn't play any of them. Problem is, all the time I just kind of am in a state of not having anything installed, just to make sure I get work done. Because sometimes there's some weeks where it's like, if Total War Warhammer 3 is installed on my computer, I ain't getting anything done. Sometimes the only way is just to uninstall it. I was tempted to reinstall Darktide because they did give it an old update patch today and added some features that should have awkwardly been there at launch, but welcome to modern gaming. But I haven't reinstalled it yet, just because what can I say? I got lots of minis to build and some Gunpla to kit bash. I guess there's probably a bunch of new people watching now that weren't here at the beginning. I don't actually know, but the Gunpla stream I'm doing tomorrow is for the building of... That's an interesting lean. That's for the building of a Gunpla kit that I will immediately salvage for parts for a kit bash. Yeah, the Minotaur, the new city-states models are pretty cool. Very eager to see all the new stuff that eventually rolls out for the city-states. If they got cool Minotaur soldiers like that, it makes you wonder what else they got, I mean, if you were at the happy hour stream they did way back in December, they did show off what like some of the like big giant models are. Those, I imagine there'll be like painted photos of those coming out fairly soon. I haven't, like when they showed it back in the happy hour stream, they didn't have any pictures of painted models obviously, so. Okay, I just gotta hold this for a minute so it doesn't dry lopsided. If I didn't already have 2 armies, maybe I would have ordered or asked, tried to get a review copy of the city-state set. Oh, Armored Core 6. Yeah, Armored Core 6, that's gonna be awesome. Do you know is it gonna be PS4 or like PS4 and PS5 or a PS5 exclusive? If you can play it on PS4, I'll just, you know, borrow Blue Parappa's PS4. Play that bad boy. What time do I plan on starting tomorrow? Haven't officially decided yet. It won't be. Yeah, it'll either be at like. I mean, it'll probably be like an hour. No, not an hour. It'll be later than when I started today. I started at 4 Mountain Time today. So maybe tomorrow. Possibly 6 or 7, like usual. I'm starting, you know, like before dinner time today. So tomorrow I'll probably do after dinner. I will be scheduling it tomorrow morning, so. Check the old social media tomorrow. Sorry, I don't have a better answer. Maybe I'll just come to a decision at some point in the stream. Oh yeah, and that's good that it will be available for both. I hope you're right. Yeah, that Armored Core 6 cinematic got me pretty hype. That was like the most hype thing from all those announcements this year. Or whenever, back when that happened, I can't remember when. Last year. Yeah, some of these don't fit together the best. I hope I'm not doing it wrong. They're all like still working though. Oh, and hello Cyber Scorpio. Sorry I missed you. That one stand up? Okay. So we did these ones first. I guess some of the capes are like more flowing than others. Like these ones are the most flowing and there's 3 of them. So these 5 most flowing, I guess, should probably go here. And we got 2 and 3. Well, do I glue these on next? Yeah, goosebumps. Yeah, you know it's a good trailer when it gives you the goosebumps. Yeah, let's glue these on next. They go on in a pretty simple fashion. Let's also just make sure that it's gonna work. Oh, you can see they've got little divots here that don't quite line up. Doesn't matter though, I could probably glue it anyways. They all have the same divots on the inside. And these ones kind of do. Same with these. Okay, so it doesn't matter then. All right. Hopefully the camera autofocus has been acceptable this stream. Now that I'm putting it on here, it doesn't feel like it fits on super well. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Playing Armored Core since you're 7. Nice. I didn't have a lot of console access as a kid, but I remember going over to one of my friends' houses a lot. And he had, I think it was Armored Core 3 on his Xbox 360. And usually when I went over to his house, we would play, you know, Halo 2 and Halo 3 naturally. I remember seeing Armored Core once and it was pretty cool. It's so complex, my head that at the time was filled with like Warhammer Fantasy and D&D 3.5 edition. I was like, what is all this mecha madness? What's going on? I loved watching it though. And of course the mech design slapped. And I remember getting a chance to like play one of the Xbox Mech Warrior games, Mech Assault 2, on my cousin's Xbox one afternoon. It was a couple afternoons actually, because I was staying with them. And that was super fun. I remember playing Mech Warrior Hero Clicks a decent amount in junior high as well. The same friend that had the Armored Core game. Yeah, this does feel like it goes a lot better on here, but only a little, only like kind of. Let's see what this feels like on here. What about this one? Yeah, it's kind of weird. They all have like similar divots, but only like match up really flush to certain torsos. But as you can see, I've been able to glue them on anyways. And it works well enough. That's right, OP Hawk, Armored Core. Oh yeah. The good old older brother winning all the video game duels. And good old Lego and Transformers as well. Where I feel like if you're into Lego and Transformers, there's a good chance you were all about that Bionicle. Is that true? Or maybe you're a bit old. I don't actually know. But the Bionicle, peak Bionicle was like early 2000s. This one's giving me a bit of grief. Like, Bionicle's more associated with PS2 than PS1. Oh, nice. I was right about the Bionicle then. Have you had the dream? The Bionicle dream. Yes, we got plenty of Bionicle enjoyers in the chat. By plenty, I mean 2 confirmed. I have like some random footage on my phone. I meant to like edit, or I'm gonna edit into a real short eventually. It's like a dumb joke with my bin of Bionicle parts. Unfortunately, it's like missing a lot of my like OG Bionicles that have been, you know, lost to the sands of time, as you do. Okay, I need to make sure this has a cape that won't prevent it from standing up. The whole sorting these into piles is deteriorating. Bionicles is how you got into Gunpla. Nice. Yeah, that's I feel like there's a good chance just people in general that did Gunpla will also be Bionicle enjoyers. Okay, well, let's just go with this one. These aren't the same, are they? No. Oh yeah, and Gundam Wing at the same time. Bionicle did save Lego, or is like one of the things that saved Lego from bankruptcy. That is true. There's a couple like janky attempts of like other Lego Technic figures before Bionicle, called like Robo Riders and Disc Bots, perhaps. I had a couple of those when I was like really little. Those are pretty janky if you want to look at some old school Lego business. The Bow-Rock. Oh, Throwbots, yeah. That was what they were. Good old Throwbots. Yeah, the Bow-Rocks are pretty cool. I think the Rockshi might have been my favorite, like, run of bad guys. Or, like, the original Makuta model was pretty amazing. Slizer. I remember Slizer. Yeah, the motorcycle ones. Those motorcycle ones were like proto-Bionicles, basically. But yeah, it's hard to, now that I'm thinking more about the Bow-Rock, but the Bow-Rock and the Rockshi were both pretty sweet. They both had like cool mechanics with the Rockshi, like the gear turning their arms, and the bow rock, the like trigger at the back, making their like head snap out or like jump forward to bite or whatever. Oh, burp 5? The Toa Metru, is that what they're called? The like second like bionicle, or the second like set of, the second setting series, where it's no longer, or it's like on Metro Nui instead of Mata Nui. That was a pretty good run too. And then of course, who can forget the iconic Bionicle commercial that used that All-American Reject song, Move Along. Slizers is what the throwback were called in the UK. Okay, cool. Thanks for that interesting bit of trivia there. I think that, I mean, I was like learning how to play guitar around the time that commercial aired with the All-American Reject song, and I think that was how I like, or like I went on to, you know, buy that single off iTunes at the time, because, you know, it was iPod, peak iPod time, and then I like learned to play it on guitar. Or I might have learned, I think I learned another All-American Reject song as well, called Dirty Little Secret. They didn't use that one for the Bionicle commercial. I wonder why. Cheat code for the Game Boy Advance Mask of Light. Nice, that's a deep cut. What was the cheat code? What did it do? Unlimited health or... That would be confusing. It's like how Harry Potter is named two different things. The first book was, I mean. Was it the Philosopher's Stone and the... Jeez, I don't even remember. The Sorcerer's Stone? I'm not like was never much like a huge Harry Potter nerd or anything. I only read the first 3 books, and you know, I saw the movies because it's easier to see a movie than read a whole book. Okay, hopefully these capes are supposed to be glued at a bit of an angle, because that's how it feels like it's supposed to glue on. Okay, so we're gonna have to pair arms to, I guess we should glue halberd heads onto halberds. And that'll also, yeah, let's also just stand these up. Can stand everything up. Yeah, the underwater season was pretty cool, definitely. And oh, how could I not, how dare I not bring up the Paraka rap? Yeah, I am pretty tired of the Marvel, Star Wars, and Harry Potter. I haven't, that's why I haven't stayed up to date with any of the movies. I haven't seen any of the Fantastic Beast movies. And I probably never will. Those ones will just have to dry face down. I'm just setting myself up for a Domino's disaster here. Oh, J plus B percent. I don't know what that means. Unlocked the toe of light. Nice. Okay, well these ones are easy to figure out because it just goes like that. It's a bit of subpar nub cleanup there, Liam. And this one looks like it needs to be bent a little bit. Oh, okay, it got a little damaged in the clip. In the clipping out of the sprue. Should have been a bit more careful with these parts. Make sure I hold it at the appropriate spot. Alright, we're actually making halberds now. Exciting. I am a sucker for anything with a halberd, or almost anything with a halberd. I think it's just one of the cooler medieval, or it's not even medieval, or it doesn't have to always be medieval. I am a halberd enjoyer. Damn, that's impressive of the movie then, that it made you fall asleep. I can't say I've ever fallen asleep in a theater, but there's definitely plenty of movies out there you can fall asleep to. Me and Blue Parappa had recently watched the entire Lord of the Rings extended trilogy, and you know, because we're masochists, we're like, fuck, or F it, let's watch the Hobbit trilogy. Or it started off with me being like, I kind of want to watch the part where they like sing songs and do the dishes and stuff, and then we were just like, let's just keep watching. We've just been like slowly chipping away at it, you know, like I said, because we're masochists, because comparing the Hobbit movies to the Lord of the Rings movies is a little painful. Yeah, exactly. You get a spear and an axe and reach. I guess you get the reach of a spear and the pointiness, I guess. We get a little extra axe head. What's not to like? Okay, let's just put those over there to pair up with torsos eventually. Once we get the arm situation figured out is when we'll also be gluing them onto bases, and that's always exciting because you can start putting them in the slots. All right, next set of arms. I believe the way the bits are arranged, there's only like one orientation they can really go in, so I don't like need to pay as much attention as I originally was thinking. I can just kind of put them together as they slot together. Yeah, Cyber Scorpio, or just if anyone in chat is a 5th edition D&D player, and you want to annoy your dungeon master. I mean, I guess it depends on what any homebrews you're doing, but you can you take I think it's the polearm master feat. I should know this, I've played a character who did it before, and I've created NPCs that do it. The polearm master feat combined with the mobile feat. And you can do this like really annoying melee combo where you, when anyone enters, you're like extra 10 or extra 5 feet of reach. Or so you have a 10-foot bubble around your character. Whenever an enemy enters that, you get a free attack against them. And then like during your turn, you can use your bonus action to like do an extra attack with the butt end of the halberd that does d4 damage. And then like if you're a battle master, you can use an ability to like push people out of your melee range so that they have to like walk back into your range during their turn, and you get another free attack against them, and it's just kind of hilarious. It's not the most broken like feat combo to be found in 5th edition D&D, but it's a fun, if you like halberds, it's a good time, let me tell you. And as a DM, I'm okay with players having it, because it's I agree that it's fun. Oh boy, we're almost at the most exciting part of the assembly. Just when you put the arms on and then put them on bases. Alright, see ya, Solarian King. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Man, this is just a set of 2. Are there any broken halberd combinations or just strong, efficient halberd builds in Pathfinder? I feel like Pathfinder probably has that. As much as I know about it, I've never played Pathfinder 2e. You know, I hear it's good though. These halberds are nice and big too. Sorry if that click sound from the bottle was very loud into the mic. Like, this is probably the worst shape out of the halberd shapes I get, and I still think it's pretty interesting, or like looks pretty cool. It's just got the like tiniest axe blade out of all the ones in the set, so I don't like it as much. Hence why I'm only using 2 and not 3. Or no, that's not accurate. Or maybe it is. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm only using 2. If I wasn't keeping the hammer with the Gushin, just because I just like how the Gushin has the bonkin old time with the hammer. I'm just making sure I'm gluing these right. If I need to rip some of them apart because I glue them wrong, then that's on me, I guess. Yeah, that both of them are the same orientation. If it ends up being a total disaster and it's like, oh no, I glued all the halberd hits backwards, that'll just be something I deal with after the stream. That'll be messy, but it'll be fixable. Pineapple on pizza? I personally don't mind a Hawaiian pizza. you know, pineapple has to be on pizza in tasteful amounts. Can't overdo it, but I don't really have, like, I think if people want to have pineapple on their pizza, they should be allowed to do so without getting roasted. Is that controversial? I hope not. Okay. So this pose is a fairly relaxed pose, so I'm guessing they'll look best probably with the just like chillin' standing arms. And they'll kind of like stand in the back rows. And we got three of this pair of arm. I think we only have 2 of that standing pose. Although if I want to go for maximum variety, maybe I don't want to do that. We will keep this as a whole pair though. And then we've got these, which are like fairly dynamic. So that's probably too dynamic to look good with this. So, and we got 3 of these arms. Okay, so we might as well do another one like that, and then we can give one here. Possibly, oh yeah, we're gonna be getting, no, I already got rid of the extra ones. We should have 10. They can't, the effect, so in Pathfinder you can always push people away with halberds. That's cool. Glad you agree, Shane. Yeah, grilled pineapple can be pretty good. The halberds on the upper right hand side are the best. These, yeah, I think this is like the most halberdy shape. Like that's, if I was arming my D&D character with the halberd, I would choose that one. Just make sure this looks okay. With this like kind of clenched fist arm, there aren't, like the amount of posing you can do on it that looks decent is kind of limited. I suppose you could put his fist raised in the air. We'll have to see. That might look a little jank. Okay, now for the more complicated arms. The way some of these slot in, I suppose it makes sense to pre-glue or like start the glue bonding process on this hand first. And I think I'll just do it with super glue because when you're lining up a miniature gluing joint where it's like you gotta glue both shoulders and both the wrists, that can be a real pain sometimes. So I think we'll need to take advantage of a glue that dries faster. In the model building community, everyone seems to enjoy pineapple. Damn. Well, Blue Parappa is in the model building community. And I know she doesn't like a pineapple in general, so there you go. But no one's cyberbully her for that. It's okay to... She's fine with people enjoying pineapple on their pizza, as long as she doesn't have to eat it on her pizza. She's fair that way. There's just a little bit too much super glue on that, but it's fine. Alright. Let's glue the next one. We won't be able to glue the other arm on until we're like starting to attach it to the shoulders. That is interesting though, Shane. I wouldn't think that the model building community like leans toward being okay with pineapple on pizza. Hey, maybe the Gunpla building community or just model building community, I should say, has good taste. Oops. Oh, is there one that I forgot to clean up a nub on? I already put glue on this piece, so I'm just committing. I just, you know, years of building minis, I just embrace that every time you build a unit, oh jeez, you get just super glue on your fingers. Lots of super glue. Decent amount of plastic glue too. Oh boy, I'm having a hard time with this one. I could grab, you know, a toothpick or something to help. Whoops. This is going great. Please let this be the one. Oh, so does that, so the halberds can push away on a critical hit? Is that what the fancy polearm business is? Okay, we got that glued now. Give those some time to dry. Let's do the same thing with the next set. Yeah. Attaching this one might be a little trickier. Oh, okay, this is the other arm. Okay, that makes more sense. Could go in like that. What's the other one like? This one might be better to glue, perhaps. How's it meant to go on exactly? Is it like... Okay, maybe let's do the other hand is more straightforward. Much more. Yeah, let's just go with that. That's easier. My second favorite, like, melee build in RPGs, if you can't do the polearms, is to have like a great sword or a maul, just like two-handed weapons. I'd rather have like a great weapon than sword and board or axe and board or whatever. Yeah, it still happens. You can't avoid it. You just gotta embrace it, I guess. It's the only way. Guess that probably goes on like that. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Hoplite, yeah, that's cool too. And Vermintide too. I really enjoyed the spear and shield combo with Marcus Kruber, because one of the secondary attacks you can do while blocking, you can like poke your spear out for a little bonus stab. Whoa. Whoopsie. Definitely got some super glue on the fingy there. Alright, now for this one, has a pretty straightforward connection point as well, it seems. Oh yeah, this one should be pretty easy. Probably one of the more entertaining melee class builds you can do in D&D is the Great Weapon fighting Oath of the Vengeance Paladin. You can just get some big chunky divine smites in there with if you crit, or you just gotta save them for a crit. If you just want to roll like just a big ass chop. I'm sure there's probably what would you say? Yeah, Cyber Scorpio. What's the special ability for great weapons, if you know it? If you don't want to like put the effort of typing it in, it's cool. I understand. It's okay to just lurk and never chat in the stream. I mean, that should be acceptable in every stream. Okay, one left. And then we gotta pair up the rest of these old arms here. With my Gushin, I'm planning to convert it to, like, still gonna use the hammer, obviously, as I said, but I want to make the handle longer so it works better as like a two-handed hammer, which, I mean, in D&D 5th edition that would be a maul. I don't know what the proper term is, or sometimes it's referred to as great hammers. It will definitely be a great hammer. That's what I hope to achieve anyways. Okay. So we got 2, 2, and 3. And these 2 are the same, and these 5 are the same. So let's just figure out which one looks best on each. We glued this one first, so it's got the glue that's the most dried. Alright, that's looking good. Definitely do one of those paired up like that. Now I just had a sudden thought, what if we put the straight arm in this pose? That could work. It would look a little weird though. I should just forget about it. Anyways, so let's try this pair now. It's probably a pretty similar pose. Yeah, for the most part. And that just means the rest of these get paired up with the rest of these, because they're all essentially the same. And we'll have to just wait and see to find out whether we need to pivot and change the plan. Everything should go together well enough though. So usually, or how I've been doing this part of the gluing is get the arms on there with plastic glue, so the bond can just be nice and strong, and then put them on the base with super glue. Guess we can start doling out the bases now. Paint the perfect grade razor or just straight build it? Yeah, I've never built a perfect grade, or I haven't built one yet. The thought of painting one is quite intimidating. You could go with like a thing where you like leave the white as white. You know, you could panel on it, put top coat in, and still looks pretty good, and like recolor some of the accents maybe, or the underframe. I don't know if that one you're talking about building now has a fancy LED kit in it. Oh yeah, I remember I used the plastic cement on the shoulder joints because it's easier to change the pose if something doesn't look right. I should probably, okay, what I'll do is I'll put the plastic cement into the shoulders here, and then I will, okay, I gotta make sure I don't put too much in. And then I'll put a bit of super glue on the wrist connection. That's definitely gonna work out better if it dries quickly. I'll have to put one arm on at a time, and I'll probably get some super glue and plastic cement on my hands. And hopefully I do it in a way where you can see it. Okay, I put possibly too much plastic cement in there. As you can see, it's already gonna be a bit of an adventure. Yeah, I got super glue on my hands instantly. As you do. Yeah, so we should focus on the hand joint first because that'll dry faster, and then we can reposition the arms if we need. Inner frame of one of the feet, and it's 2 inches long. Yeah, that sounds like a perfect grade, all right. The cape is detaching a little bit. We can't have that. Okay, let's just attach this to the base right away. That'll help with the cape drying in a weird way. Sup 80. And do they have what? Cyber Scorpio, do they have an effect on a crit like the other weapons? Alright, and a lot of these models have a bit of overhang on the base. Just make sure it's, whoops. Just making sure it's centered enough there. Centered so that it doesn't cause problems with everything fitting on the slot together. I think that should be good. I'll just give that a minute and see if I need to adjust the cape anymore. Let's go on to this one. This is just this Shane. This is just the brand of super glue I use, and I use it because that's what my local store carries, and this is like a really common brand that most of the stores have, so it seems to work pretty well for most model building applications. The Legion of Liam is strong. Yes, I'd like to think so. Thank you. There you go with your egg again. Sorry, I should hold this where you can see it. Well, I think for this time I'll try and wait. Okay, a bit more. I think I'll wait and do the super glue at the last minute in an attempt to get less on my hands. See how that goes. Yeah, it is a Part of me is wondering if I should have used super glue on the capes, because they are warping a little bit, or not warping, they're just like, the glue is moving a little bit as I'm like handling it. Okay, this is a little, how's this one supposed to go? Okay, we need just a bit more plastic cement on this one. Oh boy, we're past the 2-hour mark now. Oh, this one's a little rough. I think we have to attach the forearm first to be able to figure out the right orientation of the shoulders. Looks like it's supposed to go roughly like that. Yeah, see, now you awkwardly have to bend it a little bit to get it in place when both the arms get attached to the halberd. Yeah, it's a little... Aha, there we go. Yeah, it's a good thing I was using plastic cement with the shoulders, because we can repose it a bit. Holding it just extra high for a big chop. This is the kind of unit that's kind of a pain to transport. Or maybe it's just not meant to hold I just have the wrong body torso combo. I think it looks fine though. It just gives it a special unique edge from the box art. Oh, the target's knocked prone. Cool. That's fitting. Thanks for the well wishes, Zero-EXE. Yeah, Warhammer lore videos and just lore videos in general on YouTube. I've watched plenty of those myself. It's usually a pretty good time. Sorry, I kind of have to hover my head over the mini to get the position right. Okay, let's just take another look at this one. Cape is still a little awkward on it, but I think it'll be fine. We can also start putting them on the slots now. See how much of a fun adventure ranking up is going to be. Alright, let's get these annoying ones done with first. No, I don't have a Discord channel. I hang out in one called the Brush Coven and also Sugar Candy Miniatures Discords. I just actively choose not to have one myself yet, and that's mostly just because it's a lot of work to like run it. Maybe I'll have one going like when my channel gets a bit bigger and generates more income, and then I can like hire someone to help me with that. But as of right now, I kind of need to spend the time working on more just like putting videos out and stuff. An army with units that all have beards. Yeah, I mean a lot of the minis in the 100 Kingdoms, there's a few with beards, but I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of any like sets where you can, or any units you can build like a full bearded unit. That might be something you'd have to go with the Nords faction for. And they have some cool minis too, but not enough to want to collect that army. But who knows? There's always new minis coming out. Oh boy, this is a tough. Hence why I'm getting this arm pairing glued first. Oh, I knew this was going to be frustrating, but it is frustrating. Where'd the bees go? Okay, got it. Just gotta hold it for a moment. Just gotta hold it long enough for the super glue. Nice, Kyler. Well, use my affiliate code if you buy some, or consider using it. You don't have to. Shameless plug. Oh, he's holding that pointy boy nice and high. Let's pose that down just a little bit though. Toast in an air fryer. Nice, nice. Yeah, we can put that one in a slot. Let's get it on a base. I'm looking forward to painting these conquest minis, that's for sure. Okay, my head might get in the frame here as I line this up. Apologies in advance. Yeah, looks good enough. Ooh, leftover pizza and air fryer. I almost got an air fryer this past weekend, but I got a new TV instead. You know, I had some Christmas gift cards. I opted for TV for some reason. Should not put that in right away. Gotta let the glue dry a bit. Okay, this is, I don't think I've tried gluing one of these yet. Let's see how annoying this one ends up being. I might glue the shoulder pads for these off stream because we're like at 2 hours and 15 minutes. And the shoulder pads will be very tedious because there's like 2 for each. So I think I'll put the heads on after this, because once I get the heads on, they'll look like almost completed, and that'll be a good thing to show off. And then I'll show off some of the other ones, or from the other 4 units that I've built recently. Before the stream's over, because they're pretty cool. I only built one. There's 4 units I built recently total, and only the Vanguard clones were done on streams before this. The other ones I filmed time-lapses while I was building them, because they'll be used in a video. It'll still be a while. It'll take a while for me to finish gluing on these arms, too. But, you know, it's getting slowly faster as I'm doing it. As I'm getting the hang of these joints. Yeah, it doesn't... Remember, like, the Empire halberd wielding infantry I built back in the day as well were... and pretty annoying in a similar fashion. Oh boy. Come on. Okay, this is like a back rank one because it's holding it nice and high, I assume. Sorry, I'm holding it off camera. I'm just trying to get it stuck together. That's the hard part. Okay. Okay. Just gotta squeeze those fingers together. I don't know how this is for stream content, but I'm pretty concentrated on it right now. Okay, just gotta hold it like that for a sec. Hee hee, tiny. Yeah, table. I've got helping hands. They're like clamps. Like clamp with the mirror set. I've got that like nearby, but that's not quite the same as a table vise. Okay, let's just bend that down a bit, and we got it. Okay, that one's over. Let's get you on a base. Cool, thanks for that Pathfinder knowledge, Cyber Scorpio. Whoa. Okay, just gotta hold that for a minute. Set the air fryer on 340 for 5 minutes. You can make seasoned butter and smoked paprika corn mini demon cake. Fear the tiny 69. This one probably works as a back row member. Yes, it does. Very nice. On to the next. There's a reason I did all this, assembling all these minis at once. Because I just like, look, if I'm gonna have a bunch of glue on my fingers, let's just have 1 week of really gluey fingers and then just deal with it that 1 week. As opposed to like doing things in between each unit. Okay, about like that. Just gotta press that hand together. Oh dear. Oh dear, we're losing it. Haha, much easier than the last one. I think this is a different arm combo than the last one. This unit's gonna look so good when they're all on the stand together, all their halberds sticking out like a porcupine. And it looks like they're all gonna be sticking out at kind of the same angle, which will look satisfying as well. What's with all the eggs, 80? If you had explained the bit to me before, forgive me for not remembering. Okay, let's line that up. right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're halfway done the most exciting but most difficult part of the gluing. Suppose this can be a chocolate ice cream or vanilla. I'd probably pick vanilla if I had to choose between the two. Oh wait, it's this one that's going on next. We've got another back row member there. Should fit. Yeah. The Rangers so far have been like the hardest ones to rank up properly because they got like arrows and bows sticking out all over the places and capes. Their poses are much more dynamic than these household guard. Okay, let's glue some of the really easy ones. we got two of those to do at least. No, we got 3. Only 2 attachment points on these bad boys. Let's attach this one to the base kind of at the same time, because this one, the butt end of the pole arm is actually touching the base. Yeah, and it has to lean back a little bit. I guess unless we can... yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Let's do it like about there. Oh, it's detaching from the base. That's not good. This has just got a very leaning back pose. So we should probably position it a bit further up on the base, I think. Make ranking up a bit easier. All right. Let me click show on that message for you, 80. Strawberry, yeah, strawberry's pretty good too. I think I would pick vanilla over strawberry as well. I don't know if that's controversial or not. Like, you know, if I'm gonna have a coffee with it, vanilla is better than strawberry in most cases. Like, vanilla goes better with coffee, I'd say. Now we gotta find a way to pose this fist that doesn't look too silly. Can't really see a way of doing that. Or it's just kind of like gonna be standing there either way. Or just like flexing his arm. Just getting a lot of melted plastic on my hands now, whatever. Let's get another annoying one done. Gonna try a new approach. Just plastic glue on those 2 bits. My new approach is not that much more efficient. Now we'll add some super glue. that hand together. Oh, this is so far not too bad compared to the other ones. Damn shame that emoji face was censored by YouTube for a second, but I pressed the show button for you. Chocolates of the devil? What's wrong with chocolate? Are you talking about... Oh, with coffee. Yeah, coffee and chocolate is good. I mean, coffee and like a chocolate bar, that slaps. But like with ice, or if there's any like Italian gelato places that you can go to, I'd recommend getting an affogato, which is like espresso poured over vanilla ice cream. That's good. Damn, all these messages are getting blocked by YouTube chat. All the faces. Or only some of them. The ones with underscores. Maybe it thinks you're spamming or something. This is definitely a back row member. Pistachio gelato is definitely very good. Let's do the last annoying one to glue. Save the two easy ones. Okay, what if I put the super glue on right now onto this piece? And I just have to work fast before it dries, and let's just get a little bit or a lot on there. And hope I don't accidentally glue this arm to the mat. Could this be the new efficient way to do it? I finally figured it out on the last pass. Got a bit of excess glue there though. And I could always clean that up with the hobby knife later when it's dry. All right, time for a base. Everything's gonna feel like it's going much more smoothly now. Okay, yeah, there's definitely ones that are like the most appropriate front row ones. And it works out because these last ones that I'm building here all look like they should work well as back row ones. And it also did make sense to glue the feet on these ones first. So I'll just line it up there while I'm dry fitting. Look at this multitasking. I'm holding down a model and applying plastic cement with the other hand. It's not that impressive. Oh, detaching again. Alright, I need to put it a little further forward on the base, I think. I am at 2.5 hours already. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fully complete one of them with like a head and shoulder pads and all that, and then I will. Camera's having trouble focusing. What's going on? And then I will show off the other models and wrap up the stream. Because yeah, when I fully complete one of them, that like all the other ones will look very similar. So. For firearms, the target must take a fortitude save against your class DC or become stunned. Are the firearms in Pathfinder 2e like musket level technology? Like early gunpowder stuff? Or relatively early gunpowder. So back row. Oh yeah, and this one is the alternate body with this set of arms, so I don't know if it could work to like put it like that, or we could have it go forward a little bit. Let's not do that. Yeah, the YouTube chat's blocking that one too, 80. Yeah, the one part about Conquest that doesn't scratch the same like Warhammer Fantasy itch that it like does pretty well most of the time is that there's no like muskets or gunpowder in Conquest, which there is, like, you know, it's kind of good and bad. It's like, obviously if you want gunpowder, then, you know, it won't provide it, but it also like has that like solid medieval flavor where it's like, no, like the only projectiles here are like arrow type stuff, like arrows, crossbow bolts, those are still pretty deadly. We're like set at this, you know, like there's no, the classic high fantasy doesn't have gunpowder, you know, if you're going by like the Tolkien vibe. So I can definitely enjoy a setting without gunpowder just as much, but maybe it's just because I was playing some Total War Warhammer the other week and playing as the Empire and getting lots of satisfying gun lines set up. Oops. So maybe we got like 5-10 minutes left in the stream, everybody. If there's any last minute messages, super chats, questions, whatever you want to send, get them in now. Of course, there's no pressure to do a super chat. Watching the stream is also supporting me. Alright. That needs a bit more to dry. Let's pick one that has a fun pose. For gluing, this one's a decent action pose. Let's get our heads and shoulders. Also, I need some fresh air. This room is getting full of glue fumes, you know? What is your question egg? If your question is egg, then I don't know if I have an answer for you. Alright, well, let's glue the head on. I think we can get away with just super glue. The heads are all... I'm using the Gilded Legion heads, not the Household Guard heads out of this dual kit, but earlier I did show that the officers of the unit, they have the fancy Household Guard hats. I'm just doing, like, you know, a kit bash within the same kit and doing the fully enclosed face helmets because I would rather paint those. And I kind of like the look of them better, but it makes sense in my like imagination that the officers, they have the open face helmets with better vision. Excuse me. Alright, got a bit of a dynamic pose here. Let's hold that in a spot where the camera focuses. Okay, that looks like the right sight line. And now we gotta pull out all these shoulder pads and pair them up. Enough fumes to taste it. Well, I mean, smelling is like when you smell something, part of that is your taste buds smelling the air that comes in through your nose. So I guess yes. Let's keep the heads in a pile over there. Oh, there's a beard hair within the bits. That's awkward. And we gotta pair up these shoulders. Some of them are fancier than others. Like this one is like a cool sun face thing. And some of them are just like more generic rounded ones. And those are the same. The way the nubs were placed on the shoulder, you can tell it's like one of their older kits because the way the nubs are placed on the shoulders, it's harder to like clean them up without like accidentally carving into the plastic of the actual sculpt. Just something they've gotten better at with their newer models. Oh dang, I forgot to hit record at the beginning of this stream. I'll have to... That'll be annoying to deal with later. Possibly. I guess I can record some now. And for the last time, I do not condone the consumption of chalk or glue. Just had to get that out there. Yeah, and if there's 3 of each shoulder pad, then I guess that means they're meant to be mixed together. Probably the like front-facing shoulder can be the... We could put the more ornate pauldrons there. Sorry, I have to lean over there. Almost done sorting though. All right, now we've got the really ornate ones here, obviously. So let's start with one of those. Let's go with this skull one. Put on the front-facing shoulder, nice and prominent. It should be pretty easy to just slap it on there. Welcome back, Ethan. You're coming in right near the end. I need to like go eat dinner soon, so I'm just finishing up one of them, and then I'm gonna show off the rest of the models I built this week, or like some of the rest of them. There's a lot. It's been a pretty solid 2-hour, 45-minute stream. Sniffing markers. I mean, maybe sniffing markers is less harmful than sniffing glue, but yeah, I don't have, that's the entire thought I have in my head. I don't have anything else to add. I could be not following the instructions properly with how I've like been splitting up the parts, but it's still going together well enough. And I think generally in this hobby, people agree that it's cool to like mix and match bits as you see fit to give your models a little unique edge if you want. I certainly have been doing it most of my time in the hobby. Okay, so now I will begin the showing off of the model section of the stream, and then we'll be done. Got the officers of the household guard unit. They get the fancy open face helmets because they're the officers. And then we just have one we've just finished completely. It's got an actual helmet. The other ones don't have their shoulder pads or heads yet. I'll be doing that later tonight just by myself because the streams, we've got plenty of stream already. Right, just grab this. The other units I built. Here is the Imperial Ranger Corps. This is their standard. It's a dude with a beard, an eye patch. Pretty interesting looking standard. Here's like one of the trooper models. Got these really fiddly arrow bits, but I managed to have enough that didn't break. I mean, the only people that would have a problem with that would be like the gatekeepers, that they have problems themselves, and that's generally, I think most people agree it's the wrong attitude to have, so I wouldn't worry about it. Lacquer thinner has it beat. Yeah, that's fair. I'll show you two more of these Rangers because I really enjoyed the Ranger kit. It was like the most difficult kit out of all of these to build, but it was also like one of the coolest and had the most extra bits. This is the officer. He's got a fancy double bow. This guy's got a cool like drawn arrow pose. And each of these units is 12 minis, so I'm not going to show off like all 12 from each. So those are the two 100 Kingdoms ones, and then we got the bound clones. They got these cool turtle shields and spears as standard. It's got a big fancy ribbony thing. Show off the leader, or the lead officer if I can find him. Where'd he go? Can't actually find him. He's here somewhere. Oh, there he is. He also has a bit of a fancy ribbon. Fancier head as well. And then the last ones to show are the Vanguard clones, which I built on the first of these conquest streams. They're like the sword and buckler ones. They probably have the most unbalanced standard out of all of them. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the conquest streams for the next little while. The next video is a Gunpla video, and then the video after that, or the 2 videos after that, will be a mix of Conquest minis and Gunpla stuff. But in terms of live streams, there'll be more Conquest ones eventually when I get to painting, but that won't be for a while still. So the next live stream is, I'm doing one tomorrow. I'm building a kit, which AD guessed earlier was the Ghoul's Delanza from The Witch from Mercury. Building that for some kit bashing materials tomorrow. And what else is there? The next stream after that will probably be like, there might be a week break in stream as I like get ready to paint the Gushin. I'll be painting some of that on stream. But you know me, anything that's like a week or like more than a week or 2 in advance, like it's hard to plan sometimes. Everything revolves around how the production of videos go. But thanks everyone for watching this stream or any of the Conquest streams recently that did. Appreciate the support as always. And hope to see you tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again. Bye.